All right, guys. Man, I hope you all have enjoyed this Let's Play so far. Because you're about to enjoy it even more, because we're about to get into the Elite Four for round 2. This is going to be the last episode of Gym Leader Castle for the rest of the game. But first, we got to take on Lorelei, Bruno, Agatha, and Lance before we get to the rival. So we'll be right back with Lorelei in just a moment. Please stay with us. All right, here we go. Lorelei is in the building. Woo! Here we go. All right, so we're gonna open up with Staryu, Lorelei, Staryu, Raichu. Lorelei is gonna open up with Starmie. And they're gonna go for Surf here. They're gonna score a crit on Raichu. And it's not a great start so far, as we're gonna go for Thunder Wave to paralyze the Starmie. Now we've got the speed advantage as well as the type advantage, so I'm definitely gonna take advantage with a big Thunderbolt attack here. And Starmie is gonna stay fully paralyzed, so we are gonna get the knockout here with Thunderbolt. And it's only a matter of time. We've got Lorelei backed up against the wall here. And Starmie is going to go down. And we're going to be awaiting Lorelei's second Pokemon with our 1-0 lead here in the early going. It's going to be the legendary Ice Bird Articuno. Oh man, look at that color, man. That color is just gorgeous on Articuno. But we're on a mission. And we do get off a huge Thunderbolt against Articuno, but they're going to come back with an even bigger Blizzard attack that's going to land a critical hit to knock us out. And that's going to even up the score at 1 each. And I got a choice to make between Dugtrio and Machamp. Do I want to go for Dugtrio's Rock Slide right now, or do I want to put in Machamp, who doesn't have any weaknesses to Ice type whatsoever? I do put in Machamp. Now, Machamp does have Rock Slide as well. And Articuno is going to outspeed. And they're going to score a huge critical hit against Machamp. And we're going to go down in 1 hit. We don't even get a chance to fight back because we're just too slow. And now we're stuck with Dugtrio for the rest of the match. Thankfully, again, we've got Rock Slide. And we also have a massive speed advantage against Articuno. I am going to attempt the Rock Slide right here. For 4 times damage. It's going to knock out the Articuno. We're still in this one, guys. Tied up at 2 each. This one's going to decide it. And Lorelei is going to close with Chansey. Oh man, this is going to be close. We're going to need some crits probably to knock out the Chansey. Even with one of the worst defenses in Gen 1, we're definitely going to need a crit here to knock it out. And we're going to need to survive Ice Beam and not get frozen. We do survive. We don't get frozen, but like I said, we are going to need a crit Earthquake. I don't go for Slash because I don't think it's going to have the power that Earthquake is going to have. And that's it. All right, here we go. Take 2 on Lorelei. Now this time we're going to they're going to open with Chansey. We're still going to open with Raichu. And immediately Lorelei is going to switch Chansey out and put Nidoqueen in. And we're going to go for Thunder Wave. And we're going to come up empty against the ground type. So am I going to go for Surf or am I going to switch out? I am going to switch out. And I'm going to switch out to Machamp. Anticipating the Earthquake. I should be able to tank this very nicely with some pretty good defense, and I do. And I think I'm going to at least attempt an earthquake of my own, but they switch out and they put Jinx in. We're still going to do a ton of damage. Jinx has awful defense. That might be a 2-hit KO. It's going to be close. But I'm not going to have Machamp stick around to find out. I don't want it to get destroyed by Psychic, potentially. So I'm going to put Raichu back in here. And Raichu's going to take the bullet from Machamp here. We get our special lowered, so that's not great. I definitely want to go for a body slam to take advantage of that weak defense. And we don't get the knockout, but we are one hit away from getting the knockout. Jinx does lower our special for a second time with Psychic. But I think since we outspeed, we're going to take out the Jinx real easy right here. With 20 health left, we're going to get it done against Jinx. All right, we've got Chansey left, and we got Nidoqueen left. Who's she going to send out this time? One or the other. And it's going to be Nidoqueen that comes back. Now keep in mind, we're -2 special here, so we're not really looking too good on an HP or a special front right now. Oh man. Yeah, that was awful. And they're gonna take us out with Blizzard right here. Oh man. Raichu did a nice job though. That I will say. And now both of us are down to 2 Pokemon left. And I'm gonna put in Gengar here because I have Psychic. Both of us are poison Pokemon with super effective moves against the others, so this will definitely be interesting to see who makes the bigger impact here. We do get a huge Psychic off. We also have Ice Punch that we can use for super effective damage against Nidoqueen. But before that can even occur, they get a huge Earthquake that almost takes us out in one hit. However, we are going to finish off with Ice Punch to take out the Nidoqueen from action. And Chansey's all that's left, folks. We got to get after it, and we got to get after it strong here. Now, if we can freeze, we basically locked it up. Let's see what happens. Oh, we get a crit, but we do not freeze. And Chansey is going to retaliate and finish us off with Ice Beam. And that's going to bring us down to 1 Pokemon left, which is going to be our Machamp, our trusty Machamp. Thankfully, I do have a speed as well as a type advantage against Chansey, in conjunction with a base 5 defense stat for Chansey, which makes it basically a glass cannon that we can destroy with 1 high jump kick, which is going to take out the Chansey and is going to allow us to move on to Bruno up next. On our second attempt on Lorelei, we get the job done. We redeem ourselves from the first attempt, and we're going to be moving on to challenge Bruno in the next Elite Four battle here. All right, we've got Bruno up next here for Elite Four battle number 2. Oh boy, we're gonna expect a hell of a fight here.
The next adversary is Bruno. He is one rugged opponent.
Oh yeah. We're gonna be looking to beat Bruno with his ace Pokemon, which is normally Machamp. How ironic would this be? If we can pull this off with the Machamp, we get a huge amount of damage with high jump kick on Snorlax, but it is going to retaliate with a high powered stab self-destruct to take us down, and that's going to tie up the score at 1 knockout each after the first turn. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. A very explosive start to this matchup here. And let's see who each side brings out. I'm going to bring out Alakazam here. And let's see who's going to come out for Bruno. It's going to be Tauros. All right, this is going to be a very formidable matchup. Two Pokemon with high speed. We're a little bit faster, so we're definitely going to slow the Tauros down with Thunder Wave. Meanwhile, it will retaliate with a big-time stab body slam. We are very frail on defense. It does do well over 100 damage. Now we're definitely going to need to strike back with Psychic. Oh! We get a huge special drop right there, but it's not going to be enough for our Alakazam as the Tauros takes us out. And that's going to leave us with one Pokemon remaining, which is definitely going to be Raichu at this point. And we definitely need a big time showing from Raichu if we're going to pull this comeback off. Now we're going to go for a high-powered Thunderbolt here to where we can take it out with a special drop. This is definitely doable, but we do fall just 2 hit points short of a knockout. They're going to come back with the body slam. They're going to score a critical hit, and that's going to bring us all the way down to 28 health. Oh, this is not good at all. This is not looking good at all. We are going to knock out the Tauros, but that's going to come at a heavy price. Oh, man. We definitely need a miracle to pull this thing off, because right now things are looking very dire for us as our Elite Four challenge is about to come to an end. Electabuzz, my favorite all-time Pokemon, is going to come out last. And unfortunately, they have the speed advantage over us, and they're going to take us out.
The next adversary is Bruno. He is one rugged opponent.
All right, so once again, we start with Machamp. And just like what Lorelei did, she closed with Chansey the first time, opened with it the second time. Bruno closes with Electabuzz the first time, opens with it the second time. And they do paralyze us with the speed advantage. We're going to strike back with a big Earthquake. We got high attack. Electabuzz has low defense. We get a huge super effective crit to knock out the Electabuzz turn 1. But we are going to have a slower Machamp, I should say, for the rest of the match. As Snorlax comes in second for Bruno. Oof. And what is Snorlax going to do? Is it going to self-destruct like it did the last time? Or does it have another trick up its sleeve? We're about to find out. It is going to go for Body Slam. And it is going to score a critical hit. That's going to knock us into the yellow right away. And unfortunately, we do get fully paralyzed on the ensuing turn. And we're going to need some luck to go our way to be able to even attempt to land off a big high jump kick right here. We survive a second body slam, and we do get off a big time high jump kick to knock it down into double digits. But unfortunately, Snorlax is going to take us out right here. But Machamp did an excellent job. Excellent job. And now it's up to the rest of our team to clean up. So it's going to be up to Gengar or Alakazam to take out the Snorlax here. I'm going to put in Gengar. And I'm going to hope that they don't have Earthquake, although they probably do. And we do lower their special, but it's not going to matter if they one-shot us off of one Earthquake attack. They get big damage, but they do not one-shot us, thankfully. And now's our chance to go for the kill. And we do take out the Snorlax with a Thunderbolt attack. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Last one. And it's going to be Tauros. Once again.
Stock is 2-1.
All right.
Battle continues.
Same 3 that he used the first time, just in a different order. Now, the Earthquake is going to take us out with a critical hit that basically didn't matter, since our HP was too low for that anyways.
Both combatants are down to their last Pokemon.
And they'd get a high-powered Earthquake out on us. Now it's up to Alakazam.
Is coming right down to the one.
And we're going to outspeed Tauros. And get off a huge Psychic attack. Oh man, I don't know if we can get 2 turns without a crit.
Major damage.
If we were to have gotten paralyzed or critically hit there, we would have lost easily. Easily. And we're basically going to need a crit here or else we're done. And we do get a crit. And we are going to move on to Agatha in the next round. Wow. Wow. Our back was up against the wall. We were staring at the face of a potential 3rd attempt when Alakazam pulled off that critical hit to knock out the Tauros. And that will enable us to advance to Agatha in the next round. All right. Battle number 3 against Agatha. Here we go. All right.
Agatha, another daunting foe. What strategy will work against this wily lady?
All right, so I'm opening up with Doug Trio. She sends in Alakazam, and we're definitely gonna get outsped here with a Psychic attack. Oh, that's gonna be an easy 2-hit KO. Let's see if we can say the same about our Earthquake attack. Neither of us crit, interestingly enough, with high speed stats. But a 2-hit KO would suffice against Alakazam. We just don't have the speed. And they do get a unnecessary crit, an unneeded crit, to knock us out with a second Psychic attack. And now we're down early. This is not looking too good. I'm going to send in my own Alakazam, and I'm going to go for Thunder Wave right away. She's going to go for Seismic Toss, which is something that I wish this Alakazam had, but it doesn't. But I will at least have a temporary speed advantage for now. Now I can either attack with Ice Punch or Psychic or just recover. I am going to recover back to full health. Oh man, this is going to be a tough outing. Because they also have Thunder Wave to get their speed advantage back. And I'm going to switch my Alakazam out. And I'm going to put Machamp in. This is going to make me look really foolish if they stay in, but they do not. They're going to switch out as well, and they're going to put in Clefable. So we do have a type advantage on the Clefable at least. And I'm definitely going to go for that high jump kick. But Agatha's going to switch again. True to her Game Boy counterpart, where she's famous for the Agatha Lottery. She switches to Hypno this time, and Hypno is going to provide a brick wall to that high jump kick. And I'm going to get Machamp up out of there and put Alakazam back in. And they're going to go for Psychic to try to lower my special. They do not. However, if all goes well, I should still be able to paralyze the Hypno. Now they're going to go for Amnesia. Oh boy, this is not looking good at all. And thankfully we're able to turn the speed advantage back into our favor with Thunder Wave. However, we are fully paralyzed and cannot take advantage. But Hypno is going to retaliate with a second Psychic attack. And boy, that did significantly more damage, bringing us into the yellow. And now I am stuck having to play catch up I'm gonna recover almost to full health, but Hypno refuses to stay fully paralyzed. They do another big chunk of damage and lower our special. And it's looking ugly for us. All right, second attempt on Agatha. Oh boy. All right, she opens with Gengar this time. All right, she's got her signature Gengar, as she did not use the first time. And we almost get a one-shot there, but Gengar's gonna go for Explosion, and it does crit. We're done. That's it. That's it for our trusty Alakazam. Oh boy, that's crazy. They're both down. Whew. It's like the Snorlax from earlier. And now here we are at a tie game again after the first turn. So I'm gonna put in Dugtrio. She's gonna put in Hypno for round 2. And I'm gonna go for Earthquake. I'm gonna need to, I can already tell, I'm gonna need to be relying on critical hits to take out Hypno quickly while saving as much HP as possible. And Hypno's gonna go for a super effective Ice Punch. Oh, and that brings us to exactly 50 health, completely identical to our level. And we need a big one here. And we do get a big one. We score a crit on the second Earthquake to take out the Hypno. Much needed crit right there. That definitely changes the complexion of the match. And that's going to give us a narrow 2-1 lead, with the Clefable coming out to close for Agatha's team. And my job now is to give Machamp as much help as possible. And we do a little bit of chip damage before Clefable ultimately knocks us out with a stab body slam. You can't expect a lot out of Dugtrio in the defense department. It can't take a lot of hits. And that was a prime example right there. However, we do close the battle with a type advantage, a very significant type advantage, and we've got high jump kick. Oh, they tried to paralyze us with body slam, but to no avail. And we get off a huge high jump kick, and that's going to defeat the Clefable, and that's going to allow us to move on to Lance. Wow. There goes the battle, baby. Woo! All right. Good stuff. All right, Lance is up next. And I will have my overlay change here in a minute. All right, here we go. The Dragon Master. Good old Lance. Oh boy. Right away we're starting off at a immediate disadvantage right here, type-wise, but we do have Blizzard, and we do miss right away. This is a horrible start here in the early going against Lance. And Exeggutor is going to paralyze us with Stun Spore. Oh man. And now they're going to follow up with Psychic to try to lower our special. And they do. They accomplish just that as our special drops. Thankfully, we are able to at least get off a Blizzard while we're paralyzed. And we're able to do a little bit of damage. However, Mega Drain is definitely going to negate most of that. And it'll definitely bring us down into the low 80s while almost fully healing itself at the same time. If we can get a freeze, we'll be good, but we can't even do that. Meanwhile, Dugtrio and Raichu that we have in reserve, neither one of them are going to be able to do a whole lot to Exeggutor. All right, let's see if we can do a little bit better here in our second attempt. Keep in mind, we've had to attempt each Elite Four member at least twice. in this run. I mean, this is hard. It's very difficult, especially when you're playing with Reynolds only. Alright, we're able to use Alakazam's Thunder Wave to paralyze the Exeggutor, and then it gets fully paralyzed on the first turn. We are able to land a pretty decent Ice Punch on the ensuing turn. They do strike us with Psychic, but they don't lower our special. And we're just going to keep following up with the Ice Punches until they prove to us they can stop them. Once again, Exeggutor gets fully paralyzed. So we are still in the ball game here. And this is going to be a 4-hit KO. And Exeggutor is going to go for Explosion. Oh, that'll definitely take us out. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, man. I haven't had that many self-destructs or explosions in one video in a really long time. I haven't had this happen ever against any Elite Four that I've ever played in any Pokemon game. That's for sure. And we're going to bring out Vaporeon. And they're going to bring out Chansey. And I'm in kind of a pickle here, because both of my really good moves are special moves. My okay moves are Body Slam and Quick Attack, which don't really utilize our attack stat all that well. And Chansey does slow us down with Thunder Wave. And I am going to switch out. And I'm going to save Vaporeon for later. Meanwhile, I'm going to put Machamp in right now, because I'm anticipating Thunderbolt. And we are able to tank that pretty nicely. Now, if I can land one high jump kick here, I'll be good to go against the Chansey. And we do. We get a super effective crit to knock it out in one hit. Oof. That was much needed. Much needed. And Raichu is last. The last Pokemon to stand in between us and our shot at the rival. What are we gonna do? Alright, I don't know if we can tank another Thunderbolt. But we do get a super effective critical Earthquake against the Raichu. And that is going to catapult us to meet the rival at the end and at the top of the Gym Leader Castle. Wow. We only have one more battle left until we conquer the Gym Leader Castle for the whole game. So I'm very excited. Let's get after it, man. So we've cleared the Elite Four battles outright. Once again, it took us 2 attempts to beat all 4 of these members. And we get the key, and we open the gate to the top floor. We opened it to the top flow. And that's where our rival is going to come in next. We'll be back. All right. Here it is, the granddaddy of them all. This is it right here. The last battle of the Gym Leader Castle. Whew. Yes, sir. So both of us are starting out with some high-powered psychic types. I'm starting with Alakazam. He's starting with Mew. Oh, man. If you guys haven't seen the round 1 part of this, he also had a Mew in that as well. I'd highly encourage y'all to check it out, because that was an amazing battle as well. Now, we do paralyze the Mew with Thunder Wave. They're going to strike us with Body Slam. And they're definitely playing the physical game, knowing full well how frail we are on defense. And I'm definitely going to go for a special drop. And we do not get it. We only do 30 points of damage. Very disappointing. All right, let's go for Body Slam here. They knock us down to 22. So I am left recovering, trying to get that health back to where it needs to be. We're back in the green for right now, but it will not last long at all. They're going to hit us with another body slam. I'm going to make them either reliant on paralysis or a critical hit to knock me out at this point. Oh, man. Back and forth. All right, Mew is fully paralyzed. Now, what to do? Do I continue to recover or do I attack with Psychic or Ice Punch? Again, I'm going to go for the special drop against Mew. We don't get it, but we do get a not very effective critical hit, though, for basically normal damage. They do hit us with a critical body slam in return, and they knock us out. Just like I said they had to do to get rid of our Alakazam. They did. And now we've got Vaporeon and Dugtrio left. All right, Vaporeon, let's go. You've got the speed advantage. You've got high special. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Oh boy, we do get a crit and we knock out the Mew. Whoa. Was not expecting that, but I'm glad we got it. All right, now it's Evolution versus Evolution. Am I gonna stay in? Oh. Nope, y'all know me better than that. I switched to Dugtrio. And they're gonna go for Thunderbolt and obviously come up empty. As much as I would have loved for us to have seen an Evolution only battle, I knew I was going to be on the losing end of that. And really it looks like all they've got is double kick, a very weak double kick. And we need a big earthquake, and we get one. We do get a super effective crit on the Jolteon to knock it out in one hit. And only one Pokemon is left between us and the championship. Let's see. Tauros, the last Pokemon. We gotta leave it all out there on the battlefield. This is it. This is all we got right here. All right, we do get a nice shot of Earthquake right there, but they're gonna come back with Blizzard. And they do get a super effective crit against us to knock us out in one hit with a Blizzard. All right, down to the wire, baby. This is it. This is the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter right here. Let's see who really wants this championship the most here. Vaporeon versus Tauros. They're going to paralyze us with Body Slam. That is not looking good for us at all. Thankfully, we are able to land a Surf. Let's see if we can work our magic like we did against Mew. Not quite, but one more Surf is going to do it. We cannot afford a critical hit. Now they're going to go for Double Edge. Oh, man. And we just barely survived Double Edge. If we had gotten critted, that would have easily knocked us out. We are able to land one last Surf, and Tauros is going to go down. We have beaten the rival on the first attempt. And we have officially conquered the Gym Leader Castle. Wow. We have conquered the Gym Leader Castle for round 2 and for the rest of the entire game moving forward in Pokémon Stadium Kaizo with rentals only. Rentals only. Wow. That is a hell of an accomplishment, folks. I gotta tell you. Never would I ever would have thought that I would have been skilled enough to complete a playthrough of Gym Leader Castle with only rentals. That is a feat in itself. I'm not really all that great at these games, to be honest with you. I lose a lot, but we were able to get the turns that we needed and the luck that we needed to come out on top. And you saw our team Gonna be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And now we got the Pokemon present. Let's see what's in the ball. Let's see what's in the ball. It's gonna be a Hitmonchan. Ooh, man. I love my fighting Pokemon. I gotta tell you. And we do have the Eevee that I'm definitely gonna get rid of in favor of Hitmonchan. But yeah, guys, that's it. That is it right there. That concludes the Elite Four. What an amazing run, guys. But you know, we still got a lot of game left to be played. We're going to start in the Pika Cup for the stadium for round 2 in our next episode. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button down below, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications for more, give your boys some love and support. I love each and every one of you guys. You're the best. I love your support. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you back here next time for the Pika Cup. Take care.